Wake up! Let's go!
Yo, I'm here, I didn't disappear, and we're gonna do my top 10 Nike Air Max shoes of all time. Now, of course, I'm partial to the earlier releases, but we're gonna get started with the modern shoe on the list. At number 10, the Nike Air Max Scorpion from 2022. Out of all the modern Air Maxes, this one stands out to me because some of them have gotten a little mid over the years, but they went for it with this one, packing in more PSI, pounds per square inch of air, than any other Nike shoe in history. I guess if you're going to take AirTech farther than you have before, this is what it's going to look like with this bulbous two-plate air unit. It's definitely unique. The comfy Flyknit upper is a plus for me on this design as well, so it takes the number 10 spot. Number 9, the Air Max 180 from 1992. I've always been partial to comfy, lightweight runners, and this shoe, collectively designed by Tinker Hatfield and Air Force One designer Bruce Kilgore, hits the mark for me. The design duo wanted to create an Air Max unit visible from the outsole to the midsole, highlighting 180 degrees of cushioning, and that's what sets this shoe apart from any other Air Max on the list. Number 8, the Air Classic BW from 1991. The air sole unit used in this shoe was the same as the Air Max 90, but new construction techniques meant that Tinker Hatfield, the shoe's designer, could better highlight the air unit with an even bigger window, hence the name. I've reviewed this shoe and it's a nostalgic one for me, so that's why it sits here at number 8 on the list. Coming in at number 7 is the Air Max 94 from 1994. Using the same midsole as the Air Max 93 with its 270-degree air bubble, this shoe is often overlooked or forgotten about, but I had a pair in 94 and I have a pair now. The same ones I reviewed a couple years ago. Don't sleep on these or the Air Burst. Don't forget about the Air Burst. Number 6, the Air Max 90, or the Air Max 3 originally from 1990. At this point, I'm actually sick of this shoe because of the endless releases, endless colorways, bad materials. But in the 90s, I loved the shoe. That's why it made it this far on the list. It had a larger volume of air in its midsole than its predecessors, and was known for its radiant shade of red, which later became named infrared and became synonymous with the Air Max 90. Number 5, the Air Max ST from 1992. This one is unique, and I don't think many people talk about it because it has that classic running shoe style and the running shoe materials, but I'm pretty nostalgic about it because of that teardrop shape exposing the airbag in the midsole. It featured Nike's biggest air sole to date, coupling it to a 4-foot unit by way of the shoe's footbridge tech. Even I didn't know that. Number 4, the Air Max 2 from 1994. One of Tinker Hatfield's final designs in the Air Max line, the silhouette of the Air Max 2 was a clear nod and aesthetically similar to the Air Max 93 1 year prior. It stands out in the Air Max line with its speckled mudguard and different colored air units in the heel. This is the first Air Max shoe to introduce multiple air chambers with different pressures for strategic cushioning and support in the midsole, which was later found in the Air Max 95. This one has never been re-released for some strange reason. Number 3, the Air Max 93 from 1993. Another Tinker Hatfield design on the list, this shoe had a neoprene sock liner and the first fully visible heel air wedge. The precision engineered air sole was inspired by plastic milk jugs, believe it or not. Tinker created the shoe to be an artistic celebration of air technology, and the blow-molded 270-degree heel air unit would be affectionately dubbed the Bubble, and used on other models the following year, like the Air Max 94 that appeared earlier on the list, and the Air Burst. Number 2, the Air Max 1 from 1987. The shoe that started it all, and the one I wore the hell out of in the 90s and early 2000s. Now, this was the first shoe to feature a visible airbag in the heel of the shoe. The primary developer of the shoe was Mark Parker, but it was Tinker Hatfield that proposed the concept of exposing the air unit that had been used by Nike since the 1978 Tailwind. Famously inspired by the inside-out design of the Centre Pompidou in Paris, many at Nike thought the idea to make air visible was ridiculous, but Hatfield and the team said nah and pushed forward with the revolutionary design, and the rest is history. Last one on the list, number 1, the Air Max Lite from 1989. Overshadowed by its big bro, the Air Max 1, but hear me out on this sleeper. First of all, another Tinker Hatfield banger, and just like the name suggests, this light version shed weight using a new 2-piece midsole that ditched the polyurethane of the original in favor of Phylon. Denier mesh also improved this model's breathability over the Air Max 1, while thermoplastic straps that were later used on the Air Max 90 gave the required support and stability with variable width lacing options absent on the Air Max 1. Yes, it is extremely similar to the Air Max 1, and some could argue they should be categorized as one, but there are subtle design differences that set it apart, and it's not re-released as much as the Air Max 1, so for me, those things and also the comfort factor just barely bumps it up to the number 1 spot. Depending on what day it is, some of these could change their spot, but I did put some thought into it, and I hope you guys enjoyed that list. Thanks for watching. Peace.